Hi guys, I'm going to adjust the camera. Just bear with me for a second.
Why does this sunscreen feel so Laura has no idea about
No, I can't do that. Okay, is this fine?
There will be somebody else.
I know. No, okay, you did ask. Laura did also ask me, but now I also remember my conversation. Yeah.
How did Laura know that? Okay,
I'm moving on.
Thank you.
That was honestly the funniest presentation. It was one of the funniest things that's happened in my life in the past year. Sammy's presentation.
So good.
Yeah, it was good. You got it. I love it.
That's really different, actually.
Those are very nice things to say.
Well,
I forget that exists at other schools because it's like
Yeah.
used to a brand.
No, you girls always
I do that. I'm technically going to go eat. Okay, I've done somebody
Okay, I've got a setup. It's a little jank.
Hey, if it will work, it works. Do you mind? How can I best help? Do you want me more on play-by-play, more on color?
I definitely prefer play-by-play.
Alright,
So
I can do color.
yeah, we got some fun facts down here. If you can read them. Sorry, this is fall.
No, that's fine. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if fun facts is going to be my...
Do you prefer play-by-play?
No, I think like what I'll do for color is like talk about like the game color and like the strategy stuff as opposed to
The
fun
fluff.
facts.
The fun facts are just good for filling time more than anything
That's
else.
true, yeah. If I don't have anything to talk about,
All right, I'm going to start recording.
18, 19, 30, countdown.
got it. So I didn't realize you printed out the numbers in big black letters like this, so I see now why having wrong numbers is annoying.
Yes.
Noted.
10, 15, 18, 19.
They're also in order, which is nice.
Oh, that is
So-
very nice.
Except for the numbers I don't know, because obviously I can't predict the future.
What are you trying to do?
Is that pronounced wing or wing?
18, 19. Shut up.
No clue.
18, 19.
You
Probably
are, you're
wrong.
old.
You have a piece of
No one asks for
I'll
18
double check
anymore.
with
I know, that's why you're old.
Someone want to know 20. 5, 10, 15, 18, 19, and 1930. Yeah, 1930.
Jason,
Shut up. 30 countdown. Oh my god.
every single time I ask her things about her.
do it, Karen. Karen, you gotta do
tattoos.
Alright, you gotta do camera though.
Just let
Okay.
me know.
Y'all got it? You have another timer?
Here, how about you?
Ryan, is it going live already?
Yeah, we're live already.
All right. Welcome to Harvard versus BU. Harvard is on the left in the white. BU is on the right in the red.
Yeah, Harvard just came off a win from Brown. I think it was 170 to like 85, I think. So Harvard in high spirits. BU is fresh though. It looks like we've got D'Onofrio running for the ball for BU. D'Onofrio running for the ball for BU.
We have Wang and Chen starting beaters for Harvard here, going against, I believe that's Meinhardt, running for the dodgeball up front.
All right.
Minor.
And D'Onofrio's going to pick up the ball for BU. D'Onofrio's going to pass it off to Balawa. Balawa back to D'Onofrio. Am I pronouncing that right? Lays it to Blackburn. Blackburn's going to get beat out though. Keeper for BU is going to pick that up. I think Harvard's going to be able. Yep. Gardner's going to jump on that for Harvard. Okay, that's higher. Okay.
Yeah, so
Harvard's already making some subs here. It looks like we've got. I think that's you in at beater. Who in as chaser. Gwen Landry's going to pass it to C. C back to Gwen Landry. Gwen Landry looking to run down the middle. Is going to pass it to Who. Who's going to try to get the ball, but D'Onofrio is... Okay, that's going to roll out of bounds, and D'Onofrio is going to inbound that for BU.
Both teams so far looking to set up in a diamond formation, trying to hit one wing early and then pass it to the weak side wing off of the rotation. Both teams were able to kind of adjust to that. Harvard got a bit of a better look and just had two chasers running into the same space.
And D'Onofrio looking... D'Onofrio is going to score the first goal of this game. The score is now 10-0, BU taking the lead.
Yeah, that's what this says.
Yeah, ball's going to be with the keeper for Harvard, which is oh, just kidding. It's in Gwen Landry's hands now. She done. Okay. Ball's going to go to Who back to Gwen Landry. Gwen Landry up top is going to pass it to C. C drops the pass. Cheatham's going to pick it up, gives it to C. C tries to throw it. D'Onofrio is going to get that for BU. But there's going to be a kick.
Smart play by D'Onofrio. The Harvard beater was just about to beat him out and force a turnover at mid-pitch. Instead, kicks it all the way down and lets the BU defense set back up in its shell.
Yeah, definitely a great play, giving BU some time here against Harvard. Cheatham's going to run the ball back into the game.
Harvard's had control, I think, for this whole game so far, so we'll see what Finkenberg and Meinhardt are able to do to try and prevent them from using it. We've got Chen with you.
Sorry to interrupt. C's going to go for a shot that Blackburn's going to block. And Higher, I believe, is going to pick that up for BU. Higher bringing up the ball. Oh, pressure by Chen, who's beater for Harvard. Passes it to D'Onofrio, who passes to Blackburn, who tries to go for the goal, but it doesn't go in. Higher with the ball is going to pass it to Blackburn. Blackburn dodges a beat.
Can't dodge the second one, though, and I believe that's Evans Skiraba there, number 39.
Oh, yes, you're right. That was Skiraba. Oh, Shiraba. Sorry.
I did my right. And then
D'Onofrio.
Okay, D'Onofrio. See, with the ball on the far side, pressured by Balawa. Back to Gwen Landry. Gwen Landry looking to collapse on Hoops. Passes it to Who's going to get a goal on that medium hoop. Although, we'll see. There's a ref call here. Sorry, what were you going to say, Kieran?
I was going to say, and that's exactly what we were talking about earlier with that diamond formation, moving it to one wing while the other wing is able to cut into that 2-2. That's often where 2-2s get exposed the most, is when the ball rotates to one side. The other side tends to open up for brief moments like that. And so if the beaters aren't well positioned, or if you don't have control, which BU has struggled to have, it allows Chen and Yu to pull beater focus and open up those cuts for the Harvard chasers to capitalize on.
Oh, yeah, especially C last game was consistently getting that shot in on that small hoop. So definitely an effective strategy for Harvard. Goal is going to be called good. The score is now 10-10, and we're tied here.
Okay, so
Would you like that?
They were just discussing.
D'Onofrio.
No.
What's up?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we got Higher picking up this ball for BU.
We got some beater subs too. We have Molly Frenchin now with Minor on the BU side. Hopefully her experience here can kind of help them, if not get control, use the one dodgeball they have a little bit more effectively.
Bolawa looking to drive right now. Big pass to Shiraba, but it's going to go too high. This is going to be Harvard's ball. Gwen Landry's going to pick this up.
And that's the second time they've tried to hit Shiraba for some kind of alley-oop or crashing move, and the passes are just like a couple inches too high. He's a tall boy, but even then, you need to make sure those passes are a bit more accurate so he can catch them with momentum and capitalize on the good cuts he's making.
Definitely. We've got C working that far side of the pitch. Bolawa looking to match C. C goes for a pass to Cheatham. Cheatham with the ball. Oh, Cheatham's off broom. It looks like...
I think that was a beat by Minard actually to force the turnover there.
Ah, great beat then. Yeah, Bolawa's going to bring up this ball for BU here.
And we've got Shannon now on the BU side on the right wing.
It's tough out here.
Bolawa is going to pass the ball off to 29. Who's 29?
29 is
Shin. And that's going to end up back in Harvard's hands, specifically the keeper Cheatham.
All right, C subbing out now for Harvard, and instead Duncan coming in. I think one thing I'd love to see BU do a little bit differently when they're trying to attack is the beater with the one dodgeball is going straight down the middle, which means Chen's able to kind of face them and the quad ball at the same time. And then when the pass goes to a wing, he can step out pretty freely to it. I'd love to see them pick a wing to attack from.
Yeah, who is going to look for a pass to Cheatham?
That should be...
It's questionable if that goal went in or not. It seems like the head ref is saying no, that was not a goal. Shiraba scored past the ball to Bolawa.
That's fine. Nice shot.
And we're going to stoppage of play. I wonder if it's to discuss whether that goal was good or not.
Yeah. Either that or maybe an unsporting call for the Harvard Harvard coaches for being convinced.
We get the MC replay on that. Our technology's not that advanced.
On the ref goes. We want it. And then they put him down. If you were the head ref.
We've got BU coach Tom DeMuth mouthing off to the Harvard bench now. Not the type of look you want to see from a veteran coach.
Yeah, we're still in this ref meeting here. All of the refs have been assembled, so... Harvard's starting to put some arms up, as you can see here. They want this goal to count.
And you know what, Ryan? I don't blame them. I will say, going back to what I was saying before for how BU can approach these offenses a little bit stronger, if they're attacking Chen from a wing, it'll allow their chasers to string together more than just that one pass that's getting picked off pretty quickly. And I think that could really do a lot for BU, maybe getting the ball behind hoops and maybe testing the, I think it's the other beater, because right now they're trying to win against David Chen, who's a national champion, and that's just a tall order.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like this season, Harvard does have good chasers, but their strength has really been in their beaters, creating these plays for them.
And it looks like that goal is good.
Yeah, that Harvard goal, it did look good from my angle, so I'm glad it counted. But
the good guys always win.
I thought it went through the hoop maybe 2 separate times during that play, so I was extra surprised there was some hesitation there. But it's hard to ref, as we all know. They're got to get really good angles.
Yeah, sorry, did you catch?
All right, so HR right now just explaining the call to BU coach Tom DeMuth.
do you know who scored that one?
That one, I believe that was, what is his name? Toby Cheatham, number 96, putting that ball through on the second attempt. All right, French looking to take an exchange with Chen, but Chen throws back and catches. This is going to be a press for Harvard.
Meanwhile, Hire tries to go for the pass to Shiraba. That's going to get picked off by Gwen Landry, though. Gwen Landry scores turtle on that, and Cheatham is looking to make a fast break here. Cheatham passes it to Who looking for the hoop. That's going to go to Cheatham. And I think there's going to be a call here for net contact.
Yeah, Ethan Sturm running onto the other team's keeper zone to make sure that call gets made. Lost in the midst of that chaos, quite impressive kick beat from Ian Cargyle, freshly subbed in on the BU side. Normally a chaser and keeper, kicking that ball from behind Harvard's hoops right into the sweet spot at his own hoops there for Molly French to retrieve. I think it's going to end up being too little too late, but really nice to see that soft touch on the kick.
This is why I like commentating with someone else, because I did not notice that. I appreciate that. And it looks like we're going to have a yellow card on Sharaba for contact above the contact to the neck. It looks like who's going to start with this quad ball right near the hoop here. BU doesn't have much to stop it. Yep, and that's going to be another goal for Harvard. Sharaba is back in. What is the score now? 30-10?
Is it? I don't know. I have 20.
Well, didn't Harvard just score?
Yeah, they just scored. So you got 30-10.
The score is 30-10. It looks like we're going to have a new keeper in for BU. This is going to be number 61. Dinges, yes. French goes for the beat. It's going to be clear. Pass to Shin. Going to get picked off, but Sharaba's going to be able to pick that up. Sharaba being guarded by Gwen Landry.
BU able to get one dodgeball back into play there. The shot's going to go high, but that's at least going to allow BU to get back on defense and not give up a transition goal here.
And we're just having a stoppage here to retrieve the quad ball. Nothing's going to happen.
It should be 30-10, I think.
It should be.
I might just be bad at math. That's what we have over here. Okay, that makes sense.
3-1.
Can everyone please make sure that they have their mouth guard?
I will say, yelling to your team, does everyone have their mouth guard in front of the ref? Not maybe the best call to make if you're trying to be sneaky about it, but it seems like everyone should be good here.
I think it's the ref who yelled that, actually.
No, that was Molly French, I believe, a long tenured player of this BU program.
Maybe Molly's just confident that it would be Harvard without the mouth guard and not BU.
Potentially. And so play was stopped there just so our HR Laura Ivy could confirm that the score was accurate. It's going to be Harvard ball with control here. BU was able to get one dodgeball back, but I think, again, they're really trying to take these engages straight on against Chen. And what happens is the second they miss a beat or Chen throws back, all of the dodgeballs are behind Harvard's hoop line, and it just makes it really tough for BU to survive that initial press.
Looks like we got some new players in for Harvard here. That's going to be Lomenstone with the quad ball right now.
Yeah, and
who else, Karen?
Beaters, we're going to have Wang and Oyang together. Oyang on the forwards practice squad this past summer.
And C's going to work that ball on the far side of the pitch. It's going to get knocked out, but C's able to recover it. C looking to run down the middle now. C shot to the hoop. That's going to go to Gardner. Sharaba's going to block that, though. Gardner's going to kick it to keep it inbounds, but that's just going to go to Lomenstone.
And I think that's the second time we've seen BU recognize a play is about to be dead, and rather than giving it up on their half, they're kicking the ball towards Harvard's halves and allowing themselves to get set back up in defense. And while they did that, we had Sharaba sub out for D'Onofrio, who's back on the middle hoop here.
Yeah, Lomenstone's going to start with the ball up top. Lomenstone goes for a shot, blocked by Shin. C's going to go for a shot. That shot is going to be good. The score is now 40-10. Harvard in the lead. I'm not going to lie. BU might be losing, but I think they do have the pieces to win this game. I just think they need to put them together.
Yeah, and I will say, as we say that, that's going to be control for BU for the first time this game. Great job attacking Wang behind the hoops. Overcommitted. So we'll see what BU can do with control here. We've got Bonnier up top with the ball.
Pass to D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio is going to get beat, I think, and Lomenstone's going to run this for Harvard. Lomenstone gets beat.
Yeah, good fake by Cargyle to get the ball in the air, and then French is able to clean it up, but Dinges maybe running a little too far ahead of his team. Oh, there we go.
Dinges to Shin?
Yeah.
And we have
Buddy, where are you
a
going?
stop here by the HR.
Whoa, wait a second.
I'm not going to turn the camera, but behind us we have a bunch of club players with their hands up, trying to indicate the goal is good.
We're just scoring fans. We just like whoever.
like good quadball.
So yeah, I guess the refs are discussing if that goal was good or not, probably.
Yeah, I think there might be some question about if pardon me, who had the ball to start? If Dingus was able to pass the ball before the beat came in or not is probably what the next point is here.
And our head ref is saying goal is no good. Players are going to remount. We've got the quad ball in the hands of Harvard's keeper.
Tough break by BU, but again, they've managed to hang on to control, so we'll see how Cargyle and French are able to use it here. If you're BU, you got to be aware that C on that wing is a deadly shooter, and then Mertens in the middle is liable to drive.
Mertens with the ball up top. Mertens tries to pass it to Gardner, who immediately gets beat. Looks like Shin is looking to run here. Shin needs to get around Mertens. Shin's going to get wrapped up by Mertens. Hands it off to Donofrio, who's able to recover it. Donofrio looking for the shot, gets a goal. The score is now 40-20. BU starting to gain some momentum here.
Yeah, and I think Shin did everything right except read the scouting report there on Mertens. He's probably Harvard's best tackler. But besides that, did a great job pushing the pace off of that turnover and then pulling the defense to one side so when the ball did get to D'Onofrio, he could attack the collapsing defense.
9:40.
Mertens with the ball is going to pass it to C on the far side. C being looked at by Bonnier. C running behind the hoops, looking for the shot. That is going to be a great shot there by C. The score is now 50-20. Harvard really wanting to keep that 3-point lead, it seems.
And this is why Harvard can be so deadly, is you can see any open hoop there in that 2-2, and she has shown a consistent ability to be able to sink that shot. It doesn't matter if it's small, medium, or tall. And so if you're BU and you're running that 2-2, you got to be prepared to rotate over when she gets the ball in her hands and not leave any hoops unmarked.
We've got Bonnier with the quad ball up top for BU. Bonnier goes for a pass to number 61. Now it's going to get past to Shin. Great block there by Gardner. Wilmington's going to try to pick it up, but Shin's able to get it. Shin is going to get beat. And I think there might be a card here on Shin for throwing that ball.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with if Shin is a rookie or not, but I think that's a classic rookie mistake we often see new players make is, the frustration overrides the thought of just drop the ball and get back to make the next play. So hopefully, for their sake, it's a warning and a no harm, no foul, and the ball will be turned over to Harvard, but wouldn't be surprised to see a card come out here from Ivy as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It seems like either way, Mertens will be starting with this quad ball. BU has 2 dodgeballs back, so I doubt Harvard's going to look to run here.
So they're going to give you a 10-second countdown.
So yes,
Harvard scores, you get to go back in. Or
Shin is going to get a card here for
You're
that.
going to be off your broom and you have to tag up, okay?
Looks like Harvard's going to be subbing in a new beater, number 24, Chen.
Yeah,
Back in the
Back in
game.
the game. He had a really dominant stretch early on. BU's been able to get control since he subbed off, so it'll be interesting if they're able to hold on to it with this French Cargyle pair here.
See, with the ball on the far side, going to pass it back to Mertens. Mertens going down the center. Passes it to Wilmington for a beautiful goal.
And just like that too, Chen wins the trade with Cargyle, gives the ball, gets control back for his team and the goal. So pretty much everything that Harvard could want on that play happened.
Did you guys record the Harvard goal there? It's not on the scoreboard.
Right.
Oh,
See
C's
here
going to
off
pick
of
this
that
up.
turnover. Oh, the great block by Dingus.
Good rebound, good rebound.
C straight to D'Onofrio. Mertens looking to tackle D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio's going to run past Mertens, who gets beat anyway. D'Onofrio pauses after seeing Chen with the dodgeball. D'Onofrio is going to pass it to Dingus on the far side.
D'Onofrio very lucky
Send
that
it back home.
the wing just happened to miss a point. The wing made something
It fell out of his legs.
That was sick.
Yeah, Wong's going to be able to stop that quad ball by going in by throwing their dodgeball at it. Amazing play that you don't see very often.
And I think Chen just figured out what happened on that play.
It's 60-20, right? Okay. Yeah, score is 60-20. Harvard in the lead. Duncan's going to get that ball on the far side. Duncan back to Martins. Martins goes for the shot. Wilmington's going to pick that up, and that's going to be another goal by Wilmington.
And that's tough too because BU did a good job rotating on that. D'Onofrio shifted over to disrupt the pass, got a hand on it, and Harvard was just able to corral that ball and force it through the hoop. And those are the types of goals that in a normal back and forth game you kind of live with because you did everything right. But when you're already down 4 goals, that giving up to a 5-goal lead can feel really backbreaking. So BU is going to take this time out here, and we'll see if they can regroup.
What adjustments do you think BU will be making during this timeout?
Well, I think there are 2 kind of defensive adjustments they could look to make. The first is, they've been getting burned a little bit on either the shots on the open hoop in the 2-2 or on the alley-oop in the cutter to the open hoop. So I think, the most basic adjustment you can make is just go into a 3 trees defense there and take that away, force Harvard to beat you a little bit by driving, and that'll force the ball into Merton's hands, probably a little bit more than it has been so far. I think the other thing they could look to do is have their beaters play a little bit more off-ball instead of on-ball when they're on defense, because right now they seem pretty focused on where the quad ball is and denying that point of entry, and then just dealing with the offensive beater pressure that Harvard's providing. Because of that, it means that they're not really in a position to rotate over when the ball does get passed or shifted over to another side of the field. And then I think offensively, I was saying it before, and we still really haven't seen this adjustment, but just trying not to attack straight on against Harvard, recognizing that Harvard is putting their best, most confident, most experienced beater at the front of their defense, and rather than trying to play through that, maybe shift the ball a little bit behind hoops, maybe try and string together that second pass instead of just one to the wing back up to the middle. But I will say, the looks have been there for BU. They had 1 goal called off that easily could have been good. I think they've had 1 or 2 other looks that were just, unfortunate. Those passes going slightly above Sharaba's head earlier on really kind of, resonate a bit louder now that this lead has grown. So I'd love to see, utilizing Sharaba's cutting a little bit more, go back to that, but maybe with some more accurate passes as well. And then for Harvard, I think just keep the beater pressure up. BU hasn't shown they've had an answer to it so far, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've done a good job of working the ball through a couple of different chasers, whether that's Mertens playing point guard, C kind of operating in the middle of the field, and then hitting a lot of their newer players for those cuts around and behind the hoops. And we say that Jason Wang immediately forces a turnover upfield, and Mertens tips the pass. Although great recovery by BU there.
Yeah, we might have some contact fouls there.
I think maybe contact fouls, and also it seems like beats came in from both teams and neither players recognized that those beats were happening. So I think there's probably going to have to be some discussion with the refs over who was actually an eligible player in that scrum in the first place. There were 2 BU players and 1 Harvard player, so if number 17 on BU, Blackburn, and Mertens are both called beat, it's probably going to go to Sharaba's hands right here if you just kind of have those 2 cancel out. But we'll see as Song and Ivy figure out the calls.
Yeah, there could be a lot of calls here. We'll see what they decide.
I feel pretty confident that we have.
I'm like that, Tom.
There's going to be no call on that play.
And it looks like no beat on Mertens either, which is unfortunate, although Finkenberg's right there. He's able to reset it though, and now we'll get Harvard set up in a half court.
Yeah, Duncan moving that ball on the far side of the pitch here. Scored, pass it back to Martins up top. Martins looking to get around higher. He's going to get blocked.
By Aiden Higher there on BU.
Gardner's going to pass it back to Martins. Martins to Duncan. Duncan to Gardner. Gardner goes for the shot, but it's going to be blocked by Sharaba. And I think that's going to be Blackburn who jumps. No, Higher that jumps on that.
Jason Wing just applying so much pressure at the keeper zone, beating out everyone. Oh my goodness. I think there's going to be some question on if those players making contact were in their zone and protected from those beats or not.
Yeah, lots going on here. Higher's going to end up with that ball. Someone should tell Higher to adjust his headband.
Looks like he's doing that right now.
Okay, there we go.
But Yeah, I think Harvard, did almost everything right there, and it was just about if the beats they were making were actually at eligible players or not that did them in at the end.
Blackburn is looking to drive right now. Blocked by Lomanstow. Now it looks like Mertens, who's also losing his headband, is going to go for the goal as the headband falls off.
We just call that style points. Gotta let the hair free sometimes, especially as you're scoring the goal.
Of course.
All right, so that score, I believe now is going to make it 80-20?
Yes, sorry.
No worries. So it's going to be 80-20, so 6-goal lead here for Harvard.
We got Oaks bringing up the quad ball for BU here. Finkenberg on beater, along with Minor. That ball's going to go to higher, back to Oaks. Shiraba's going to try to get this, but there's too much pressure. And there's going to be a stoppage of play here. I think regardless of what happens, Lomanstone's going to keep the quad ball here.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an injury sub for Oaks there. Great pressure from the Harvard defense of attacking the ball handler in the middle who didn't have beater pressure pretty much at the first possible moment.
Yeah, Harvard's really just been preying on these transition plays here, just trying to squeeze anything they can, and they've been quite successful.
I think especially you see it a lot in the MQC. In the early part of the season, the teams that have the more aggressive defenses tend to be the most successful in October and November because you have a lot of new ball carriers for both teams, or you're trying to fill gaps at different positions at the start of the year. Because of that, it means that taking away those extra half seconds or full seconds of decision making have a much more compounded effect early on because these ball handlers are less used to the pressure. And so Harvard, really capitalizing on it, building off of the fact that this is a really well-coached program who has a lot of returners, especially at beater. It allows them to put a lot of this pressure on early and keep it up without making the mistakes of overcommitting like you'd see from a lot of younger players trying to do the same things.
Yeah, it might be a little early in the season to say this, but it seems like Harvard's going to be the team to beat in MQC. What do you think of that, Kieran?
This is my first. I wasn't able to be at opener, so this is my first time kind of watching all of the teams so far. I know they had a convincing win over Brown earlier as well. I think this BU team will look a little stronger when they have Will White in the beater game as well. He's obviously a pretty notable absence, one of their two, beaters who was nominated for Beater Pair of the Year last year, along with Cleo Brooks, who recently graduated. And I haven't seen Brandeis play yet either, so from the small sample size of 1.5 games of quad ball I've seen so far, I definitely think Harvard is the team to beat. But I think, having competent, aggressive beaters means that the skill floor you need to beat Harvard is a lot higher than the average MQC team. So I definitely think in this region, we'll see what Rutgers looks like this year as well. They're kind of an unknown. But early on, team to beat. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I know at opener, Brandeis and BU had a pretty close game that I think BU ultimately won by 1 point. But I also sort of take opener games with a grain of salt because teams are generally trying to field their new players versus trying to win.
I agree. There have been times where we've had teams go undefeated at opener, and oftentimes those are teams that bring back a lot of returning players, and so they have that skill advantage, but then the second regular games come in. Oh, hold on 1 second.
And Mertens is going to get a red card for a tackle on a helpless receiver. This is not great for Harvard. Mertens has been one of the most physical players for them, and now he can't play for the rest of the game. Along with the fact that Harvard's going to be down a player for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think if this happened 5 minutes ago, I think it, opens the door pretty strongly for BU to go on a bit of a run here. I worry this might be a little bit too little too late as we head towards the seeker floor in a couple of minutes. But yeah, it was that contact on number 28, Oaks on BU earlier. They did not have the ability to kind of land on their feet, and it was a full tackle attempt, which is why it's the red card and not a typical yellow. Mertens is doing a lot of ball handling for Harvard, but I think the adjustment we'll probably see from the Harvard coaching staff is a bit more Gwyn Landry as we get deeper into this game to kind of have a bit more stability at that ball handling.
Yeah, I mean, besides the physical losses, I do wonder if this is going to weigh on Harvard morale here. I mean, a lot of just sports in general is like how amped up your team is feeling. so.
Yeah, I will say the nice thing about quad ball specifically is, you know, if you're crushing in the beater game and one of your chasers gets a red card, I think it can be pretty easy for both the beaters and the chasers to just say, that's cool, we're just going to keep focusing on winning the beater game and give our chasers easier looks to capitalize on. So we'll see a good example of that right now as BU tries to capitalize on a 6 versus 5, but Chen, just as aggressive as he was before with his positioning.
I don't know what that is.
Shiraba's going to go for that shot that's going to go over the hoop. That's going to be a turnover to Harvard. I think BU really needs to spend a little more time in that offense.
2 minutes?
I agree, Ryan. I think, you know, you saw the BU ball handlers pulling Chen's attention, but rather than try and pass it to someone who was open, they just wanted to make a scoring attempt out of it themselves.
They did not pursue. They went to the other ball, so it is no harm, no foul. They were issued a warning about throws after beat.
Okay.
Duncan's going to get this ball on the near side. Duncan being looked at by Balawa. Duncan's going to pass back to Lomanstone. Lomanstone, long pass to the keeper on the far side. Keeper on the far side, back to Lomanstone. Lomanstone, pass to Gardner, Duncan, who's going to get beat, and that's going to be in Blackburn's hands.
So we've got Chen and Yu here on defense going against Miner and Finkenberg. I just want to make sure I'm saying that. Yeah, Finkenberg.
Who's the keeper here for Harvard? It's number 9.
Keeper for Harvard, number 9. I have to assume.
Oh, that's Nagat.
Oh yeah, that's
Probably now is probably how that's pronounced.
Yeah, Victor now.
Balawa with the ball is going to pass it to... Lots going on right now.
And again, we keep seeing these good finds that he's just not able to grab onto. That's the third one we've seen this game, although this one I think was a bit more on the fault of Shiraba than on the passers in terms of his positioning. But he lost the shoe for his troubles here.
Also ran into Harvard Chaser, so we might see a call here on that. Yes, we will see a blue card on Shiraba here for messing with play after B. Both teams now have a player in the box, although BU's player will likely be released first.
Yeah, I think BU will definitely be released first. I don't know if a minute has passed yet for who to serve this penalty from her ins.
This is why we do those 10-person practices.
But Chen calling for his team to run with him. We've got now over to Duncan, or Gardner, I think, over to...
Who scored that?
That was Lomanstone who scored that.
What's the time on this?
Yeah, Lomanstone just scored. Did you?
2, 1.
Go!
Is the scoreboard correct?
No.
I've been really impressed by what I've seen from Lomanstone here so far. I think off ball, he's been cutting really dangerously, has been handling a lot of these passes really strongly, and has shown an ability to, with the ball in his hands, put it through the hoop.
Gotta get on your horse, you can dance.
We have a good goal there from BU. Kyle Blackburn, although now looking to fast break it here, take advantage of no dodgeballs.
Here we go, Tim. Here we go, Tim.
Over to who?
Hey, fellers.
And no goal.
Yeah, BU's going to get the stop there.
Sam, don't go in like that.
Balawa's going to bring up this quad ball for BU. At this point, all teams have their players back in play.
Chen here looking to press on a bit of stalling from BU as they're subbing.
Higher with the ball on the far side. Going to pass it to Balawa. Back to Higher. Higher goes for the shot. Shot's going to be called no good. Blackburn's going to pick this up. Blackburn looking to...
Oh, that's a goaltending. Yep, there we go.
And that is going to be a goal for BU, their first in a while.
And I gotta say, for Higher there, that probably could have been his own goal there if he just put that ball through the hoops a little bit stronger, got a little bit lazy on the lay-in, and luckily Blackburn was there and able to retrieve the ball and finish the play for him. Now we've got Gwyn Landry back in, along with Wang at beater, and we have C back on the left wing, where she is the most dangerous from. So we'll see if BU's learn from their past mistakes and if they're going to be able to rotate over to these hoops as she gets the ball in her hands.
Yeah, Gwyn Landry up top. Going to pass it to C. C's going to get beat by French. Huge beat there.
And that's the adjustment we were hoping to see, was having the BU beaters, instead of getting sucked into the beater game and playing more centrally, have them actually play a little bit more to the wings to capitalize on these passes. So great beat by French there, a bit of range on that one too.
Yeah, Bilal's going to have this ball. We're almost at 20 minutes here.
Stay there, Molly.
Bilal's
Stay
going
there.
to pass it
Do not go in.
to 61. Is that
Protect them if you can. Protect them if you can. Nice.
Shiraba is going to throw off C.
Turn here. Just see it.
Shiraba looking to drive. Huge goal here for BU. The score is now
90-50.
You're good. No, you're good. You're good.
The score is now 90-50. BU starting to gain some momentum here.
Yeah, and I think, I believe at the time of that red card by Mertens, the score is 60-20. And so since then, BU's been able to play even, which is great. Again, you just need them to create a little bit of distance in these post-Mertens minutes. That way they can close the gap.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are at 20 minutes now. Gwen Landry going for a goal. And that's going to be called good and also going to start the timeout before a secret for.
Yeah, I will say Gwen Landry there recognized that Blackburn had rotated over to the middle hoop as Shiraba rotated over to the small one and just kind of took advantage of hitting the top part of the hoop there. Blackburn saw it but just wasn't able to get up high enough.
All right, and we're going to go into 20 minutes. The stream's going to take a quick pause here as I try to see if I can get someone to do secret cam for me.
I do not, but Vidisha's the person to ask any and all questions you have too.
Oh, shoot.
Can we check into?
Yes, Vidisha's doing that. I'll say something.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. Cleo, I like the matching fit.
What's up?
I did? Who let me be in charge?
Let me know when the stream is back live again.
Oh, we are live right now, sorry.
All right, so score is going to be 100-50. Harvard in the lead right now. Set score is going to be 160. So BU's got an 11-goal deficit if they want to come back into this game. Hard, but not impossible. BU is going to start with the ball here. Yeah, BU is going to start with the ball here. And D'Onofrio now back in with Shiraba. So those are BU's two most experienced goal scorers, along with Balawa and Bonnier. So this is BU's most experienced line. All four of these players spent time on the Forge main squad or practice squad this past summer, along with Peter Molly French, who was there as well. And I think, if I could be wrong, but I believe Cargyle was on the New York practice squad. So this is a very experienced BU team right now. So if anyone's going to be able to come back into the game, it's going to be them. I'd say the big worry is that Harvard's SOP beating is no laughing matter. So we're probably going to see Oyang and I believe that's Wang over there. We're probably going to see a lot of pressure from them in the chaser game. And probably not focusing as much on the seekers because they already have a 5-goal lead.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seekers release.
All right, flag runners, and it's going to be Eli Fighter wearing a Lakers jersey. Disgusting behavior in the great state of Massachusetts here. I would ask Eli what happened when the Lakers played my Minnesota Timberwolves in the playoffs last year.
Help Molly.
But so far he's holding himself pretty well as I can't see who that is for Harvard, but they are defensive seeking and really
That's
trying
Duncan.
Back if you
That's
need
Duncan
to.
defensive seeking
Nice
from
up.
Dingus right now, who's really just trying to go aggressive here.
See their beaters. That's
And we got Cheatham bringing up the ball for Harvard, passes it off to Gwen Landry. Gwen Landry bringing the ball up the center. We've got C on the far wing where she likes to hang out. C's going to get the ball. Bonnier is going to meet C. Bit of an accidental pick by the Harvard beater there. That's going to go to Gardner.
Great block by D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Pushing up the left side of the field, sees Shiraba, middle of the field, but there's a beater there who's potentially in it. Oh, and again, these passes just going right over Shiraba's hands, although Bonnier is able to corral it. Looks like it's forced over the boundary. We'll see who gets designated as the inbounder here. As French may or may not have made a head beat call. I think there's a couple things that we're waiting to see the calls on the field for. So this is probably going to be a decently sized ref meeting if I had to guess. I think we might have calls in the chaser game, the beater game, and even in the seeker game.
Angela. Angela.
very funny.
All right, so it looks like there's going to be no call on anything there. Harvard's going to get the ball, but BU's going to get control. On that last play, we heard Harvard coach Ethan Sturm telling his beaters, don't go into the secret game. So I think that tells you everything you need to know about Harvard's strategy. They're just going to try and put 6 goals on BU here. But BU matching it has their beaters in the chaser game as well.
Hey, don't get the ball.
D'Onofrio marking Gwyn Landry there, though gets beat out.
Oh, Balawa with a huge block.
Wait, is that not reset?
That's a reset.
Balawa's... Okay. Bit of confusion on what's happening here. Multiple players on the ground fighting for that quad ball.
Well, I think now BU's going to have a chance to run here because Harvard beaters overcommitted themselves on that dog pile, although Oyang's able to get in and get a ball back. So I think BU just missed that moment there. Now we have Minard coming in fresh off a summer from the Cleveland Riff as well to join a very experienced Forge chasing and beating squad here for BU. Of course, on the Harvard side, no joke as well. You have Oyang and Wang, who both played for the Forge practice squad, as well as C in the chaser game.
Yeah. D'Onofrio's going to look for a shot. It's going to go over, though. Gardner's going to inbound that ball for Harvard here. And Cheatham's going to get the ball from Gardner. Looks like we're running it up.
Looks like Oaks into seek now for BU here. Blackburn into chase.
Yeah, Gwyn Landry's sitting up top, waiting for Harvard chasers to get into position. And speaking of position, great positioning there by C to get the shot in.
Yeah, that's really tough for the BU beaters there. You know, if you have control, that free beater should really be watching that weak side hoop, and unfortunately they just were a little bit too focused on the beater game and allowed C to cut in there, especially when you know that C's been scoring the majority of Harvard's points. I think as the free beater, you need to be paying a little bit more attention to them. Harvard now just 5 goals away.
Yeah, Balawa's going to pass it to Sharaba. Sharaba on the near side, back to Balawa. Balawa looking to drive, back to Sharaba. High contact by C there. Back to Balawa. D'Onofrio tries to get a shot off. Balawa's still with the ball. Balawa wrapped, drops the ball. When Landry tries to go for the ball, but fumbles it. Cheatham is going to get the ball.
That's great defense by Harvard there. I think for BU, they were getting a lot of good passes together, but I think Harvard was always able to rotate over. I think if they're able to get the ball from the top of the field behind and then hit a cutter, they're going to see a lot more success. Incredible block by D'Onofrio.
Yes, and D'Onofrio's going to bring up the ball for BU.
I think that's the second or third time you've seen a point-blank block away from the hoops on someone trying to shoot or pass. Just really great reflexes in hands.
Yeah, BU's been on fire with that. It's been a lot of players. Balawa scored, pass it off to D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio to Sharaba. Beautiful quad ball there.
And that's a
beautiful quad ball.
Sharaba's been making those cuts all game long, and we finally see him get hit with accuracy and power. And it leads to an easy goal, probably the easiest goal BU's had all day, as D'Onofrio's going to sub out here for Higher again.
Sorry, I was going to make a bad joke and say not a goal that Harvard's saying all day too. The joke is that that's their usual cheer after goals.
Angela, can you talk to the goal ref to fix the hoop, please?
All right, C with the ball, tending towards that far side. C's going to be matched by Balawa. C gets past Balawa, goes for a shot. Okay.
Great pass and find by C there, but I think the number Gardner just wasn't prepared for it off of that cut, but that has been open for Harvard a lot this game.
Sharaba looking to run. Goal is going to go in. Sorry, I think I missed that with the camera. That's going to be another goal for BU. The score is 110-70.
Yeah, that was just a long push-up by Sharaba there, just taking advantage of the fact that Harvard's defense wasn't fully set on that transition attempt.
Yeah. Harvard's only scored 1 goal since Flag Runner's been on pitch, right? BU has 2 at this point? Is that correct?
Yes, that sounds right. It was 10-5 at 20.
All right. Wilmanson's going to start the ball up top for Harvard. Wilmanson's going to pass it to C. C looking to run that far side. C looking for the drive. Is going to get blocked by Shin. C still with the ball. Going to get for a shot on the medium hoop.
Too easy see for C. Again, we're just not seeing those rotations along the hoop as C is running around and probing. And that's part of the reason she is so dangerous, is that when she is running in to look to shoot or look to score, she hasn't settled on which hoop she's going to score for yet. So she's looking to read the hoop's defenders as she's probing. And so essentially, if you're not rotating, she's going to figure out sooner rather than later which hoop is open.
Get out, Sam! Get out!
Oh, Wilmanstone with a huge block here.
Yeah, I think BU was trying to replicate the success of Shiraba's goal last time. The difference was Shiraba shot that on a defense that hadn't been settled yet, whereas Bonnier tried it on a defense that had their feet set.
Wilmanstone with the ball up top. Wilmanstone looking for the drive, is going to pass to who?
Great block by Shiraba, who's able to contest it. Is looking to press ahead without any chasers and against two dodgeballs. So we'll see if he can find a target. Looks like it's going to go right over Bonnier's head.
Yeah, this is why you really got to... I mean, Shiraba was granted under pressure, but this is why you got to wait for your team on things like this, especially when the other team has a dodgeball.
Yeah, I think you see that a lot with really, really talented chasers who see the fast break open up for them, and oftentimes what will happen is they will run ahead of their passing options. And so they do a great job of pulling that defense towards them, but then when the defense collapses, they look up to see who they can pass to keep the play alive, and because they run so quickly, they don't have any of those options, so they're forced to stop their momentum and give up that advantage. If they go, maybe 20% slower on that initial run-up, it allows the rest of their chasers to run with them. So then when that defense does meet them, they can still go with pace, but find, one of those weak side cutters to hit and keep the play alive.
It's for illegal equipment.
I think one of the teams just called a timeout potentially?
Yeah.
How long should I connect?
It's always a minute. Unless the red card.
You are 4 away.
Is there a timeout here?
Oh, I have no clue.
So it actually is going to be a yellow card for ignoring a red directive because earlier in this game I gave a pitch-wide warning to have your mouth guard in while you were on the field. So, yeah.
Wait, Laura, are we on timeout right now?
Yes.
Harvard?
Harvard timeout.
Harvard timeout right now, guys.
Yes, change blue to yellow.
I'm going to run and get water quickly. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. So once you get back in, tag, and then we'll send you out for a beater, and then have someone else go first. Yep. So you're gonna basically switch with one of the teams. We'll figure it out. So first come out, and then
I know, I have several ground players.
you have to either wait 1 minute or after the game.
It was objectively a very sick play.
Yeah, it's hard to be a ref that just have a team of pro good people.
And that's so valid and so good.
Yeah, I do. I just
Okay, timeout's done.
Get out of here. No, I have a mental link to the players. I meant the
You gotta make sure they hear it.
We see players returning to their benches now. Oh, yeah, of course.
This is Kieran signing off.
Yeah, just me now. Kieran has to go coach their team, who's about to play on the other pitch.
Actually, once when the other team scores, or yeah, and then give it to him. And then make sure, give him your headphones.
94. We'll either give you a 10-second countdown at the end, or if they score, we'll let you know you're good. Just make sure you tag back in before they start.
All right, and who's going to have the quad ball now?
I mean,
Alex, do you think this game's going to end time for me to help the first team?
yes, because
Oh, okay. Gardner with the ball. Gardner's going to pass it back to who? Who's going to dribble the ball, make sure it's okay? Wilmanson with the ball up top. C with a huge shot. It's going to miss. And we're going to have a stoppage of play here.
How many more seconds? Is it the
Elisa, real quick.
So I was like, game to ball
Oh!
Okay, so it's a yellow on which
It has 0 stickers now on the field.
Can't go in yet.
Oh no!
Yeah, look, both team stickers are here now.
And we've got 2 seekers in the box right now.
Hey, what's the time on my penalty?
Yeah, what's time here? On the
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
The score is 120 to 70.
Run and touch the middle hoop.
Harvard only needs 4 more goals to win, or a flag running catch and a goal. D'Onofrio is going to start with the quad ball here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're good.
D'Onofrio, oh, just kidding. Bonnier with the ball. Bonnier's up top. D'Onofrio's on the far side. I don't see any chasers on the near side for BU. Oh, it looks like we're doing more of a box here. D'Onofrio, ooh, gets immediately beat out there. I think that was Wong. Looks like who's going to look to run. And who's going to get an easy dunk on BU here. The score is now 130 to 70. Now, a flag running catch is all that Harvard would need to win this game. Looks like we're seeing some subs. We got French back in the beating game as well as Blackburn's in the beating game. That's unusual. All right, Bonnier with the ball.
Here we go, focus, offense.
Bonnier going slowly.
Good job, Zoe.
Going to pass to D'Onofrio. D'Onofrio on the far side. Going to pass it to Shiraba, who has a huge dunk there. The score is now 130 to 80. Oh! And I think the Seeker Cam probably caught that, but it looks like we've got a catch from Ginges here. This could be huge for BU. This could put them only 2 away from Harvard. The BU sideline over here, I'll show them to you. We got hands up in the air, trying to will a catch here. And that catch is gonna be called good. What? It was 61, Dinges.
If you want to cross off,
Oh, you're taking the ball.
Pass to C. C with the ball, running down the sideline. C behind hoops, looking to pick into BU. Huge pass to Who. Who now looking to drive. Who's going to find that top hoop? That is going to be a goal for Harvard. The score is now 140 to 115.
All right, this is Kieran signing back on for the end of this game. I see BU has caught some side left.
Yes, Dinges with a huge catch. BU is still in this game now, especially after that flag running catch.
It'll take a 5-1 run by BU, but I think they're capable of doing it.
Oh, unlucky beat here. D'Onofrio's going to take a reset to avoid any more complications. Scoring pass to Bonnier on the near side. Bonnier, shot goes over the hoops. This seems to be a typical story for BU today.
Yeah, just the offense is looking a little bit rushed and not able to capitalize on the good beats that their team is making. Their French had a beat on Chen, got him to drop the ball, but unfortunately in the process, her ball rolled behind Harvard's hoops, and Chen's dodgeball rolled right back to his tag-up point. So he was able to actually press off of losing that exchange, which is really not what you want to see if you're trying to go against the stalwart wall of control from Harvard.
Any idea what this... Oh, I see the head ref with a dodgeball in their hands.
Oh, that's going to be a play after beat call on Chen there.
I think I saw yellow for that. Whoa! Was that a yellow?
Yeah. Yes.
That was a yellow card.
I will say though, my understanding was that a yellow card would turn over the quad ball, so maybe unsure exactly.
I think it was supposed to be a blue card. I feel like throughout the news on the blue side.
I have it as a yellow.
C's gonna pass it back. That's going to be a reset for Harvard here. When Landry gets beat, but gets a shot off first.
If you're BU, you gotta go right now. This is a free goal if you can take it.
Oh! When Landry with a huge block. That was crazy. That was looking for sure a BU goal.
And I think this is just one of those examples where BU so desperate to just see the balls go in that they're just kind of rushing.
The ball.
And that's going to be a goal by C, I think.
All right, and so now Harvard one away.
150 to 115.
Yeah, I think the big thing you need from BU on these offenses is just a little bit more patience. They're getting good looks, but they're struggling to deal with that first or second wave of pressure that Harvard's applying, and rather than continuing to move the ball and capitalize on these rotations Harvard's making in their defense, they're just letting the one rotation kind of tell the story of if a possession's successful or not.
Okay, D'Onofrio with the ball being wrapped up by C. C's going to get a back to hoops call here. D'Onofrio is going to pass it to Bonnier. Bonnier up top.
Kyle and Molly, get together, please.
Looking for the shot. It's going to go to Higher and then someone else, and then Gordon Landry picks it up for
That's
Harvard.
just unlucky. Higher on the catch, just couldn't hold on to his broom and fumbled the reception. Although that could potentially be a game-saving wrap from D'Onofrio there to buy his team a little bit more time, because that looked like a guaranteed goal. And it looks like Lowerstone? Lomanstone looks like might have the game-winning goal here. We're going to wait to see the refs talk it over. One of the ARs had their hands up as good, but we'll see what the goal ref had. Harvard's got their hands up. They think it's good. And if it is good, that would make the final score 160 to 115.
Not to disagree with you, but I feel like whenever there's a potential goal, teams just put their hands up. But that was a goal, and that is going to be the game winner for Harvard. We have 2 games coming up. We've got Vassar Emerson on one pitch. On this pitch, I believe we have BU Brown. So thank you for tuning in, y'all.